Hi everyone, greetings and salutations to those who are tuning in today. Hi everyone, it's Louise with Louise McKay Art, and I'm back to do some emergency tiled coaster creations for my son's wedding, because they told me the other day that they have an increased head count, so I don't have enough tiles to go around. And speaking of tiles, so I thought I'd come out in the sun to show you how these tiles turned out, just real quick. If you see the resining, it's just amazing how incredibly alive these tiles are. They're just gorgeous, just gorgeous. I'm quite pleased. Have these little tents. Now, if you've been hanging around with me for a while, you'd know that I have made my own tent as well out of plastic, but those little tents are great. So yeah, these are coming out really nice, but I just don't have enough now. Plus I sold a couple sets, so I definitely don't have enough. So I'm back in the business of making tiles. I may or may not get back to the cloud. We'll see. So anyway, I just want to also share with you that people had asked what I put my tiles down on, and it's a Noosa cup. It's one of these guys, a little 8-ouncer, and I have a little paint down so it sticks, and then the tile pretty much stays right on top. It's kind of magic, and that's all. So without further ado, I'm going to get going. I've got my colors. I had the gold 24 karat from Deco Art. Got the Amsterdam's bluish green with some Paynes Gray, and I'll list all the specific description below because I may miss one component. This is caput violet mortem. This is the Amsterdam's pearl violet. This is, I think this is Amsterdam's Venetian rose plus some Paynes Gray. And this is treasure gold aquamarine with a couple drops of golden phthalo green and a little bit of pearl sky blue from Arteza. So I think that's the lineup. I'm continuing to use my, nope, not that one. What am I using? This is what I'm using for my, my base, my pillow. I'm not using my scrapings, put them aside. It's a good thing I label everything. If you don't label everything, you should. Just some advice. All right, let me get my pillow down and we'll get down and started. All right, I'm back. Base is down, pillow's down. I'm gonna start layering my colors. This is the 24 karat gold. Gotta remember how to do this now. It's only been a few weeks, but I'll tell you what, you sort of forget still when you don't do it every day. And I'm gonna cover up between, so I'll probably do some skipping here because it's gonna be 97, they say today here in Southern California. So let's just say that's pretty warm. This afternoon I'm gonna continue some more resining. I've got about 25 done. Now I need to do about 30 more. This is the mortem violet. That's the school bell. We are in session. Here's the pearl violet. And I really think my paints are too thick again. But everything's thick, so at least they're all thick at the same time. And I think having this pearl violet sandwiched between the violet and the rose is a good combo. My dusty rose. Yeah, this stuff is way too thick. We'll see how this one goes. I may have to go through a little thinning process here by adding some Minwax, which I keep my Minwax in a little bottle like this, so it's easy to dispense. I don't have to keep going inside the jar. This is my sagey color, if you remember from before. It's not really sage. It's a homemade color. We'll see how this goes. Then for my cell activator, I've got my white and then my black. Got them right there. Give them a quick stir. We'll see how these guys perform. This is a new batch. Before that, let me pop this bubble. Just as soon not start with bubbles if I can avoid it. Recess is over. Okay, that looks good. It's getting a little halo. Moment of truth. Here we go. Okay, get my edges. Looks like I have a little too much paint down. Huh, I'm getting my cute little flowers in the middle like last time. So I've got my combination correct. It looks vaguely familiar, and if you've been with me for a little while and gone through my tile creation process, you would say, yeah, that looks pretty close, I think. Got my extra scrap over here. And as soon as the middle starts to come back, which it looks like it's done pretty good, you can give this guy its starting spin. All right, I got my force field shields. All right, folks, let's give this a whirl. Dog is going nuts. Don't know why. Got the grand dog over today. So when the two of them are on top of each other, man, it's like gangbusters over here. And I'll probably skip forward from a lot of this cleanup as I go. And as I mentioned in previous videos, as I do my cleaning up, I also am looking at the composition to see how it's coming along. Definitely want to get the extra black cell activator off over there. Let's go the other way this time. All right, I'm pretty happy with this guy so far. Do have way too much paint. That MultiPro is the bomb. Wow, this guy's colorful. Then of course, with the scraps that I'm collecting here, I will strain them with a piece of pantyhose that I cut up, just like I use on my Floetrol. And where I start to see white spots, if I don't spin it off, I will pop them with a toothpick. For those of you that are new, that don't know this stuff, for those of you that have been around, it is a refresher. All right, let's take a look. Let me clean up my edges here. Remember how I said before to clean up the edges? Pull out and then pull back. For those that are new, what I do is I pull out and then back, and that way it keeps the edge nice and clean. But this is where we are. Pull out and then back, and then you keep the edge clean. I don't know if you saw that. pull out and then back in. That works for me. Okay, I'm gonna sign off on this one for right now, put this one down, and I will be back for another. So like I said last time, I'm going to lay these colors down, just one on top of the other this time, and to see what the effects are. Yeah, so while doing all the other tiles, I've been drizzling my paints down and not directly plopping down colors on top of each other. So I just wanted to see what the difference was between putting direct drops down versus drizzling. Huh. This is the violet. This is the pearl. This is my homemade dusty rose. And my homemade sage. This is how they should all pour. I don't know why. Give it a mix. Always give it a mix beforehand. And then the black. Here we go. Not sure why I'm going the opposite direction. Seems to be the sage show. Just as a reminder, the sage was the last color down. It's amazing how different techniques and different approaches, you know, can get different results. You know, and then my dark blue and my gold is just sitting out here, just hanging out. All right, let's give it a spin. See what it looks like. I may just pour right over this. I gotta get the tile center. There's all my gold going off the edge. So I'm gonna pick up the pace and double time through this because what I want to get to is the result. And obviously I'm spinning, and we'll get the result in a minute. I want you to see the difference between layering the paints by drizzling and layering in solid layers, like I did here. So what I'm showing you here is that basically the tile took on the last color down as the primary color showing, which is the sage color. So stay tuned for what I do next. Let me show you what you do when you're not happy with something. You can scrape it, or just lay down some more base paint. Let's lay down a little more. A little more pillow. Lay it in the middle so it pushes all the other colors out to the outside. Let's get my colors down. Quickly because it is starting to really warm. Hey everyone, so I'm going to double time through the layering of the colors, the drizzling of the colors, same sequence as before, but just wanted to show you so you see the process. So of course this is the cell activator, the white, and then the black, and then the blowout. Hey everyone, so I just thought through here it would be worth slowing down the speed to give you a really good illustration of how that cell activator should be skimming over the paints, and the paint should be skimming over the top of the pillow. and not blowing too hard that you're blowing down into the pillow, but the thinking is to just blow everything across the pillow, like a wave coming into shore. I gotta show you this. Look at the center. Look at the center. What in the world is that? How is this gonna spin out? Oh my. Oh, what in the world is that? Holy cats. Okay. I have never seen a a cell like that. That's a cell on steroids. And look at all the ones around it. Oh man. I wanted to blow that black, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm gonna let it do what it's gonna do. Don't wanna risk messing up that incredibly crazy thing going on in the center. So since I'm spinning again, I'm just going to double time through this, and all the while I'm focusing on that amazing, crazy flower power cell in the middle that must have about 30 petals on it. I've never seen anything so much like it. And I do take great care, but in the end it does get a little wonky, but overall it turned out pretty cool. All right, I'll be quiet for now. Look at this, folks. Look at that crazy thing in the middle. Unbelievable. I'm going to stop on that note. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. You got to see firsthand the difference between drizzling the paint and dropping it directly on top of each other using the same paints. So until next time, take care.